So, hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode. So, today we are reading, and yeah, that's it. So, this episode is after the ending of Mad Max. So, we have seen the fall, Mad Max. So, he just progressed. You have seen that. Progressed slightly more, and then boom, everything away. He was like at the beginning, furious, just like he was building up emotions, and then he couldn't trust anybody. Yeah, well. Anyway, I said, yeah, I wanted to do that, so let's do it. So let's go from all the characters to the tools, weapons, then to these here. 97. Ah, right. I have no idea where to get this one. But there is still one relic.
I'll find these landmarks. I'll find the loot.
Yeah. But still, okay, I have to find out where that is. And why characters.
I need
Mad
peace.
Max.
To find peace, I must reach the plains of silence. To reach them, I need a machine as good as the Black on Black. Or better.
Yeah. Max, a loner on the run from himself and his past. Somewhere in the death throes of human civilization, he lost his family to senseless violence. Ever since he has been moving, living day to day, just surviving, while a cacophony of distorted memories, sounds, and visions haunt him. Max would have stopped long ago, stopped fighting, stopped breathing, but his body will not allow him to rest. His survival training is part of muscle memory now. His confused mind has constructed a mythical place, which refers to as the Plains of Silence. There, he is convicted he will find peace, an extinguishing of the anguish and a silencing of the voices of past ghosts. Max clings to his old card Interceptor or Black on Black. It is an extension of him, essential to survive the wasteland. When the Interceptor is taken, everything changes, but as always, Max keeps moving and finds a way to survive. Okay, that was Max. Now
All the
is
riches of these
Grotus.
lands are mine.
Yeah.
All of Gastown is mine.
Scrabbus Grotus, son of the Morton Joe, brother to Rictus Erectus, is a fierce ruthless warlord and anointed protector of Gastown. From early youth, Grotus was a matchless warrior. His speed, muscle, and fearlessness made him the perfect killing machine. In training, he killed his first combatant at the age of 7. He continued his conquest, slaying enemies, sparring partners, and instructors alike. In his early teens, he honored his skills on death runs from Gastown to Bullet Farm and back again. Scrotus thrives in the wasteland, relishing the contest wall, squashing those who have carved out existences of their own, stripping resources away. Shunning the superficial world of the Citadel Court, he grew his warboy army into force unmatched in the wasteland. During the Wastelands Wars, Curtis defeated Dr. Dementus, which Gastown, back under the rule of Martin Jones, Curtis was appointed the protector of Gastown and put in charge of all operations and armies there. Curtis' brutal methods and cruelty are legendary, as is his penchant for morbid theatrics, such as adorning his belt with severed human heads and displaying a threatening razor-sharp phallic codpiece. His army of warboys are fiercely loyal and will follow his every whim, no matter how extreme. Other than Gastown's, Curtis' reign of terror is on full display through his turf-remarking scarecrows, as well as his money enchantments that support Gastown and feed his army with fresh warriors. Yeah, not anymore. Scrotus with blade.
The blade proves me immortal. But I will not rest until I have slaughtered the demon who put it there. I know he lives still.
Yeah. Scrotus suffered his first real defeat at the hand of Max, who almost killed him with Scrotus' own preferred weapon, the pole pruner. When a chainsaw blade lodged in Scrotus' corpus callosum, cutting his brain in two. Unable to remove the blade, Scrotus recovered, but the injury unlocked an even deeper, insatiable bloodlust. The pain was constant, excruciating, and drove him to great excess of violence. His fists of rage were unstoppable. Death was the only thing which soothed him. Death and rage. Adorning his chainsaw blade like ceremonial armor, Scrotus was now viewed by his mind as an immortal, just like the image of his father, Immortan Joe. Not knowing if Max is dead or alive, any man who ever resembles Max quickly becomes another severed head in his vast and growing collection. Scrotus used to follow certain code of conduct in dealing with the densities of the wasteland, but no more. All of the areas surrounding Gastown now live in constant fear and unprovoked attack. To carry out his brutal orders, Scrotus has chosen his most demented lieutenant, Stankgum. Chumbucket.
Oh, I can make you become steel real, my angel. I can build your corpus and ignite your sacred fuel. True, but only the warrior saint can drive you. Yeah, that is why you send him my way.
Yeah, poor man. Chumbucket is a bizarre vessel mechanic who resides in a quite wide region. He crosses paths with Max when he spies in him long hookers while scavenging for engine parts. He sees the war Max fights Scrabotus and his war boys, and he decides that Max has been sent to him for a purpose. Chumbucket's background is unclear. He stems from Gastown originally, but was cast out despite his extraordinary skills as a black finger mechanic. He has lived alone in Wasteland for a long time, sometimes starting with characters like Jeet and Gutesh. His garage is located inside an old gutted ship where he began building a vehicle. Chumbucket believes himself to be a prophet of his own bizarre automotive mechanical-based religion. He claims to worship a deity he calls the Angel Combustion, as well as others, lesser deities with similar themes. He believes that he has been chosen to create his ultimate vehicle, the Magnus Opus, with the help of Max, whom he calls his warrior saint, and who, he believes, was sent to him by the Angel Combustion. Chumbucket's fervent religious goals and Max's need to build a new car coincide, and together they decide to build the Magnus Opus. Hope.
Whatever it takes to survive. Whatever it takes to keep my glory alive.
Conceived in the days of the early fall, Hope is the daughter of the history woman, Miss Giddy. Miss Giddy's husband was killed by a biker gang, and Miss Giddy was taken, pregnant, as a trophy by their leader. Hope was kept and raised by the gang up until her early teens, growing more beautiful each day. The biker gang was defeated by another greater force, the gang of the Immortan Joe. Immortan Joe kept Giddy and Hope as breeders. When the Citadel was founded, Giddy was put in charge of the education of the younger female children, and Hope was kept in a breeding program. She failed to produce a son and was eventually given to Immortan Joe's lesser lieutenants. Hope and her mother found their way to the court of the Garden of Gastown. In the days leading up to the Wasteland Wars, Gastown was infiltrated by Dr. Dementus and his group of saboteurs. Dr. Dementus killed the Guardian of Gastown and took the title for himself. He then became the owner of Hope and Miss Giddy, who went on to become the history woman. Meanwhile, Hope was impregnated by Dementus. She gave birth to a daughter, Glory. Much later, Dementus tried to lay siege to the Citadel and was killed by Scrabus Scrotus, one of the Immortan's sons. Hope and Glory were sent back to the Citadel when the transport came under attack. The two wandered the wasteland for weeks, living off whatever they could find, until they were taken by thrall wrestlers and ended up in the holding cells of Guthush. Glory.
You not like all others here. You not mean.
Glory's mother Hope was a concubine to Dr. Demantis and later to the court of Morton Joe. Glory spent her first years among these brutal gangs and demanded warlords and learned to survive. Thanks to Hope's dedication, Glory still has a human child's outlook to a certain extent. After the demise of Dr. Mantis, Hope and Glory were sent back to the Citadel, but their caravan was overtaken by bandits. Eventually, mother and child ended up in the holding cells of Guthush. Having had to survive on her own, Glory has a greater knowledge about survival and human nature than any kind her age. Also, she has inherited her mother's ability to read human behavior, and so she is fairly good at spotting whether or not a human means her harm, is lying, or can be a potential ally. She is also something of a whiz-kid when it comes to digging up ancient treasure. Outcry.
Scrotus may be the protector high chief of Gastown, but I run the tracks. Give me the desperate and crazy, and I'll provide the show!
The Gastown Outcry is a born entertainer. He used a big wheel in the Gastown blood and skirt circuits, as well as a proprietor of the Gastown Races, of which the feud Stankgum is champion. Not anymore. He's a local celebrity to say the least, and is by Wastelander standards quite wealthy. Even though he is the outward face of these popular sports, at the end of the day he still answers to Scrubus Scrotus and his lieutenants. Among the oily, cruddy figures of Gastown, he cuts quite a striking figure with his famous get-up of twinkling lighties and the white noise of mine light speakers, all powered by a portable gasoline generator carried by his confident and lover, Electricity Boy. Stankgum.
I rip, I tear, I peel the skin off the weak, I wear their faces, I shave their skulls. Out here, I do Master Scrotus's bidding, but the pleasure of the peel is all mine!
So Stankgum is one of Scrotus' favorite warriors. He's renowned for sadistic and brutal methods. After Scrotus was wounded by Max, Stankgum was set out into the Dead Barrens to wreak havoc and lay claim to all goods available out there. Stankgum carried out his task to the overzealous letter. His warboy started a reign of terror which forever changed the region. Stankgum is covered in scars from a lifetime of battle and sadomasochistic playfulness. His face has been cut into shreds more times than one could care to guess. He dresses his face in mask made from human leather. What remains of his teeth are rotten, sharp little nails protruding from blackened gums. Stankgum is a collector of human trophies and adorns himself with scalps and ears. He also cuts off faces and hair and then wears them as masks as in wigs. He carries a selection of injection syringes and surgical tools in his belt used for sexual purposes and torture. He also carries two sharp curved knives. He hides behind the power of his masters, Grabus Scrotus. Stankgum is a typical sidekick, even more despicable than his master. He will never take a command himself. Why? Because masters always fall in the end, and if Scrotus falls, Stankgum will find someone else to offer his gruesome skills. Wow, that's true, but he fell too. Crowdaddle.
If you have the urge to merge with Wheels 4, the ritual's here, so slip a gear and put the pedal through the floor.
Crowdaddle is the go-to guy for racing outside of Gastown. Not much is known about the rim-sling racetrack gambling thrill purveyor except that he seems to have an almost uncanny knack for staying off Gastown and the Citadel's raider and surviving without having to kick up any income to people like Scrotus. As driving vehicles is the primary way of survival in the wastelands, over the years elaborate folklore has come to surround the skill and vehicles in general. The most bizarre yet creative aspect might be the death races. Nobody knows how they started, but they are unanimously accepted as canon in this world. Simply put, death races test a driver's skill on a physical and perceived metaphysical level. The master of death races is Crowdazzle, and it is to him you go to bind the vehicle to your soul. Abdominus, the organic
Broken
mechanic.
bodies is my trade. I'll fix anyone up for the right price. In the underbelly, I get enough biz to keep me in fresh blood bags, maggots, and nitro.
Abdominus has fallen hard from grace. He was once the organic mechanic aboard one of Gastown's most celebrated war machines, but his love for nitrous oxide and other stimulants stymied his career. He has been stationed in the underbelly of Gastown since his last and final battlefield failure. When in a chemically induced highs of disorientation, he left a badly burned war boy to smolder to death on his operating table. Now he is free to indulge in his habits, operating on unfortunates, vagrant and thralls for enough scrap to get his next fix. Sometimes Abdominus' skills is that for a butcher's apprentice, and other times he is close to being a brilliant wartime medic. It all has to do with how much nitrous oxide he has sniffed before the operation. He uses the unfortunate lad's scrap as a blood bag while constantly indulging in his own stash of medical cockroaches, maggots, and nitrous oxide for his own personal gain. And gain means weight. There's nothing as rare as a fat person in the wasteland. Then scrap.
I was denied my destiny at Scrotus' side. Now my blood will destroy him.
Scrap was a pro-war boy in Scrotus' own legion. He saw many grand battles and was looking forward to a quick and glorious death on the battlefield among his brethren. But he was badly wounded and could no longer fight. With his body crippled, his blood flowed pure, so Scrotus approved him for use as a human blood bag, where he could still be of use of the road war effort. Scrap was eventually tried to the black market of Gastown and ended up in the care of Abdominus. Scrap believes he has been cheated of his true purpose. He hides his former master Scrotus with a passion. As his life is slowly drained from him, his hatred festers. Then Tenderloin.
Got two things good going. The killing and the fuming. Now where my mask at?
Tenderloin is a professional fighter and veteran of the Gastown races and various other blood sports. When she is not fighting, she likes to have inhalants such as nitrous, gasoline, and fume. Her goal is to be either oblivious or fighting in arena. These two extremes are the only things that makes life worth living for her. Then Jeet.
We were a force to be feared round these parts. Now with Warlord Scrotus's goons out there, we're weakened. We gotta get our hands on some of that sweet black thunder to even the odds.
Jeet is a young leader of a big stronghold in Grey White. He ruled supreme around there until Scrotus went mad and ordered the Stank Gammons war boys to raise total havoc in the region. Jeet, a fast-talking, fairy-like young man with more than one mean streak, is planning to take back his sovereignty, but he just might need a stranger's help. Jeet suffers from a psychotic defect which makes him wired, tricky, and very prone to emotional outbursts. He keeps himself in check with a system of self-mutilation where he pierces his skin with razor-sharp arrowheads. Jeet knows Chumbucket as a very skilled mechanic, but he would never trust him. Katash.
Out there, the ocean waits, ready to come a-crashing and cover these lands anew. We will be ready then. The gales of glory will fill our sails.
Yeah. So Goodhitch is the leader of the Rust Bastion, a stranded ship turned in a stronghold. Goodhitch suffers like everyone else near Gastown from the recent surge in aggressions from Stank-Gum. He leads his people with a rare combination of intimidation and cold-like manipulation. He has everyone in Stronghold, a resting hole of a ship, believing that they are preparing the vessel for when the water comes back and cover the seabed that is the Great White. He speaks of this so much that he sometimes believes it himself, but most of all he believes in survival. He will do anything that stay afloat, including dealing directly with the marauders from Gastown. He knows of John Bucket, and he recognizes him as a skilled mechanic, but he does not trust him. Nobody does. Pinky Eye.
Time's running out here. We'll be overrun soon. With no legs and the years in the rear, I ain't going nowhere. But I ain't gonna sit idle and see that Stank-Gum slaughter the young'uns.
Pinky Eye is an honest-to-God wasteland veteran and has the stumps to prove it. Her legs came off in a road war many years ago. Since then, she leads her people from the seat of a motorized wheelchair of her own design. She and a crew of wasteland urchins she has trained since childhood have unsurpassed skills when it comes to automobiles, especially engine turning. She is known to be brutally honest and cutthroat negotiator, but she is always true to her word. Having seen it all, she doesn't scare easy. She cares for urchins, her train mechanic, and these young mechanics are a legacy, but she doesn't weep them when they are killed. She knows too well the brutal conditions of the wasteland. Okay, then these here. The scepter, yeah. Deep Friar.
I am of the flame, and the flame courses through my veins, calling me to spread its gospel to all, and they will all succumb to the hungry tongues of the all-consuming fire!
The fire preacher of Gastown. He is the leader of a small religious cult which is primarily focused on their sacred flame. Those who worship want nothing more than be burned alive by the sacred flame. They feel at odds with Kratos' underlings who believe in death by combat instead of glorious death by fire. They are accepted reluctantly with the confines of Gastown as long as the acolytes of Deep Fry keep them in check and make them useful.
Are you not the one who travels to forget? I've seen you before, running from ghosts, searching in vain for your plains of silence. Your road and mine will soon be one, and you will be reborn a man greater than his fears.
A wandering mystic who seems to only be interested in Max. He has the ability to help Max reach inside the recesses of his very soul, transcend his mind, and enhance his physical strength. The dog. The dog once belonged to Scraubus Scrotus, one of a rare few cannies who had not yet been killed for food. It served its purpose as Scrotus' prized warhound. When Max defeated the dog on a land mover, Scrotus was infuriated and kicked it out to the wastes to meet its certain death.
All war boys, ready for glory and blood!
A celebrated top dog from Gastown and leader of Gasworks. He's a powerful brawler, a very competent fighter. He's also a brutal and crude man, loyal only to violence and pleasure. His loyalty to Kratos is unfaltering, but only because Kratos gives him a life of violence and pleasure.
Come here, little pest. Time for the snip-snip.
Stump Grinder, the Enoch, leader of the Great Watcher, is a boar-shaped top dog with a sexual chip on his shoulder. Lacking his male bits since a long time ago. Oh. Okay, fight. He believes in a psychosexual way that he has a lot of to prove, and the only way he knows how to prove anything is by violence.
Slap the
Rimrobbie.
mask on and feed the frenzy.
Rimrobbie, the top dog, is a rare specimen and the leader of large blade. He is addicted to inhalants, especially spray paints, and has gotten his nickname from the rim of color around his mouth from the huffling mask. He's almost immune to pain due to his perpetually dazed state of mind.
Just like I ripped myself out of me father's bunkhole, I'm gonna rip myself inside yours.
So, Cocklocker, leader of the drop, does not speak. He roars orders laden with homemade whiskeral profanity. He's known to enter battle more eagerly than the other top dogs, but he is not necessarily a better fighter. He simply likes bloody combat. Interceptor.
My car was taken and destroyed. I must build me a new one. Better and faster than the black on black.
Max coveted survival vehicle. A heavily altered interceptor. Pursuit special. It was equipped with a supercharged V8 engine modified for use in the unforgiving wasteland and fitted with 2 large tanks of extra fuel. Ah, okay. As known as a black on black, it contained all Max needs to cross the Plains of Silence. When Max reached the outer grace, the black on black was taken by Scrotus warboys and was gutted for parts. Max, with the help of Jump Bucket, had to begin build a new survival machine more powerful and sturdy than even the original black on black. Then here's the Magnus up.
Magnum opus. My life's work. She is the angel combustion, becoming flesh, or steel, as it is. Since the angel combustion sent me the warrior saint, I am sure of my destiny.
The fastest, meanest, most outstanding one-man survival vehicle ever built in this wasteland. Yeah. Okay, so this was the bias. Now let's go to collectibles. So the Archangels, here are a few cars that you could do, like Speed Freak, vehicle collection. Yeah, we have also now these here, this here. Okay, what's the Thirst Catcher? Well, yeah, it's okay. Big Chief Chariot, yeah. Then Historic Relics.
All that water seems wasteful now.
I think this might be you in this picture, sis. By the way, thanks for stealing my inheritance, Vance.
That car wouldn't last long out here. Not without some major adjustments.
Hi Warren, this is the last you will see of the White Ghost and the take from the bank you puts. Have fun getting Karn held in jail, Joey and the boys.
Loss was always with us. But so was hope. Now we only have loss.
Look at this, sis. My child, pity you're not around to meet her, but I guess the Lord wanted you back in full. I miss you every day, leaving this on your headstone, hoping you will see it somehow. Your bro, Olive.
I guess he must have made it then.
Sir Josiah, he never gonna be no race car driver if racing does include killing all bystanders, don't he?
Things were getting rough all over. Not just in the killing zones.
Yeah, Mommy's away in a big plane. She kills the bad guys so we can be free. Hope she brings home some food, we're hungry. Run the 4.5 years old.
With so many things we'll never see again. Trust. And great trees, plenty of food, security. Joy.
I do know the kid's name. A neighbor brought it. Just thought you would see how good Hope is adapting to his new home. He's a real fine dog. Marcel and Zoe.
So it began.
Project Blackout, Stage 5, Snowmobile. We're not going down with the rest. Anyway, even comes close, just ball. I will personally fucking dismember them. Sarah.
They didn't eat dogs then.
Lara's new pup, Silver. So cute you just want to eat him up.
First all sea life disappeared and then the water. Our origin's gone forever.
I went deep this time. Great whites haven't been seen in these waters for years, but I was still nervous as hell. Left to sea, I feel so free. Can't wait to return, Anders. Wow. Okay, actually, how many do we have? Don't know. Yeah, that's quite a bit, to be honest. And yeah, this one is... yeah. But okay, yeah, it's good. So where were we? Okay, we were at this one.
First all sea life disappeared. People ate their fill and threw out the rest.
Mills threatened us to his farmer's barbecue this weekend. It was great as usual, but I wonder where he got those prime cuts. Haven't seen meat like that in a long time. Too bad Angie couldn't be there with us. Mills said she just took off, just left him. Yeah.
Yep. We didn't have a clue what was coming.
Helen, I found this among a bunch of printouts I was gonna send. This was this summer when the ocean began to withdraw. We didn't know anything back then, dropping this in your mailbox before heading for the government shelter. Just a reminder of what it was. Cole.
Escaping reality was such a luxury back then.
I printed a picture of the whiteboard so you know where we're heading with the design. Remember, this is a post-apocalyptic hell world, not a large tropical island. Big difference. Anyway, review this Friday unless you need to pick up your kids. Vibes.
Wedding. I did this once. Didn't I? This
was at Jill and Evan's wedding. Remember, honey, before you got shit faced and ruined the cake and you got beaten up by Jil's brother. Good times.
Yeah. How long is a year anyway? And how long has it been?
Don't worry. That's like a year's supply of food and water in this bitch. We're just going out for a week.
Who gives a dog away?
Son, after you emancipated yourself from your Alka, you also emancipated us from Roman. Feel free to pick him up at a pound. They will let him down next week. Tuesday should your file to pick him up. Leaving this endearing print out with your pothead roommate. Let's see if he remembers giving it to you. All my life, Mom.
I remember. It just took over. In the end, there was no law. Nothing. Just force.
The one with the machete, find him and take him out. But before you do, let him know who sent you, make him suffer.
Well, she failed at saving the world. We all did.
Aunt Mary, say hello to Alexis, the world's first living genius. She will save the world and become the president.
They had something, but now it's gone. It's gone no matter how much they loved or hated or bickered.
Mom, I know you don't want anything to do with this, but little Brandy sure wants to meet her grandmother. Love, Gent, on Scala.
There was a time we polluted clean water.
Dual boast, baby, just like funny Roman times. You and I can just sit and shit and shoot the shit at the same time.
And every day, everywhere, things were running out. Draining, leaking, breaking.
Yeah, why didn't ma? This is mine now. Got a great promotion this year to tell that yeah, it's a gas guzzler. But hey, it's not like you can't afford it, so there. See you all Easter. years run.
Will I ever come back?
Max, we miss you. Come back soon. Oh,
A treasure
okay.
of food. Freely walking and breathing.
Dude, you better come pick up the fucking lawnmowers up double quick, or it's time to glue factory. I'm serious, they can't graze you no more, Frank.
Can't believe this kind of crowd once meant anything but a riot.
The boys are back in town. Go team.
We all thought survival was a game. But very few crossed the finish line.
So, remember the crazy outback adventure we did when we drank muddy water and ate snakes? Can you believe that we actually paid money for that? It's now an everyday survival routine. Things change fast. Marcus.
It all ran out. For everyone.
I'm saving this. I want to look at it from time to time to remember a time when a paper bill or some round metal shingles bought you fresh fruit.
Oh, it's a world of critics. I wonder how I would be judged today.
This sculpture captures the essence of the postmodern socio-political strata as well as the inner landscape to urban outsider. It speaks lengths of our need to comfort in an increasingly hostile world, as well as offering a blistering lecture on our need of humility. For humanity.
And in the end, we were all taken.
Please help us. This girl used to beg for charge around here. She's been gone for a few good days. I have reason to believe she might have been taken. Does anyone know a thing? Please post a note here. Don't let the people takers win. See something. Say something.
I wouldn't wish survival on anyone. Not here.
This picture is so sad. Just minutes later the bombs drop. I think the kid might have through. Though. I hope so.
Yeah. Those insects were good eating. And they ran out too.
These guys are gonna take over the whole planet, my man. Just look at a little freaky head.
One day they all came down. All the planes. One by one.
I think going out of city this weekend was a great idea. Our house used to be under there. Think this is gross? Dude, people will be eating all kinds of creepy crawlies in a future when resources run out. I'm talking cockroaches, larvae, you name it. Plus they're pretty good too, once you get around how they look. Monty. Yeah. Feltring reaches driving past all that food, but these animals are all diseased. If we make it out without catching it, we might survive, but we will be damned hungry. Guys, I distinctly remember eating this guy last night. I recognize his face. Tim. Okay, that was not nice. Dude, I told you to get a gun a week ago. This is what's left now. I won't fire far through one of those Russian death traps. Stupid.
Wars, famine, disease, murder. Killed us all.
Zelda, this is your granddad, Hank. I'm sad you never got to meet him. He had some fun stories to tell. I don't know half of what Dad got up to in the 60s, but I know it was very hush-hush. He was working for the government up until 5 years ago when he disappeared on a job in one of those Arabic countries. So sad. These wars are killing us all. Dude, we're running out of options here. If you want to get your gun, you better pull the proverbial trigger, man, or you will end up paying big bucks for a bunch of rust and dust.
Plague. Riots. Starvation. War. Pestilence. It all came down around us.
One last picture of our little Miracle with hair. From now she will be a little skinhead thanks to the infestation scare. All kids got a shive so they don't drag no headlights to school and spread the disease. We even gotta burn their hair.
I doubt a fiberglass helmet would stop a bullet. Yeah, he probably didn't survive long.
Some nervous neighbor took a shot at me and Richard yesterday. Richard got hit and his head exploded like a grave. I'm not going to let it happen to me, no sir.
That'd be the first place I'd look.
Gunny saw this. Might be a good place to lay low if the road's like southbound. It's just west of the Ball and Bend turn piece. I will send you these coordinates, Pirate.
Like the very earth was turning on us. Killing us.
Ma'am, I'm not telling you, I'm asking you. Get John to come over and spray. The infestation might be hiding anywhere inside. You will just have to be out of the house for an afternoon. Please, let's play this plague thing safe, Eric.
So much water. And then it was gone. Only blood and oil now.
Yeah. When all the snow and ice melted away during the Great Thaw, water was abundant. A few months later it received to nothing. Water is so scarce now.
What is this?
Yeah. Hi guys, remind you of something? A few crazy weeks in the desert driving those wall machines and eating nothing but good bugs. I will never forget the maggots in our stew. Good times.
Everyone lost everything. Eventually.
Man, I'm glad I ain't my neighbor.
Luxuries.
Ned needs this on the front page. Captain Reed, as the city crisis grows on, the people in the cities go through every means of survival. Meat of cats, dogs and dogs demand high prices in the market around the city center. What on earth is this thing? Not just Bobby, in the future one gonna want one of these. One of theirs.
The smell of barbecuing meat is everywhere. But not the kind you'd want to eat.
I'm really glad I printed this out before the grid went down. I can still smell that great grab. I wonder if the days of beer and barbecue will ever return.
When people truly became aware, it was too late. The end was upon us.
Sister, it's happening everywhere. People are finally waking up. This fascist police state is about to meet a very potent adversary, a people aware. Till the day, stay strong, Marvin.
Like a body, every organ just shut down. Until the world was dead.
Public notice. Sudden onset of fever and explosive vomiting of clear liquids in infants is an indicator that the child may be infected. Bring child and anyone who has had contact with the child to quarantine immediately.
And then their bunker was raided.
The cops came down hard and south and the refugee camp decided on. These guys were lucky to just be able to walk away. Most were just left dying in the mud. Fucking ninjas for not getting their shit together when they could. Meet me in the bunkers, baby. Leona. Okay. Now we are here.
Safety is such a relative term. Does it even exist now? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay. Honey, the whole damn grid's down. I'm sending you this letter, hoping that shit still works. This is what went down outside our door last night. Some kids torched a police car, people started shooting, throwing rocks, etc. I want you to sign the cabin and I will come up Sunday. It's not safe here.
They thought they had all the time in the world.
Yeah, and you do that all the time. I found this photo recently. I don't remember the name of the band, but I do remember my ears ringing for a month. We used to laugh at the saying rock is dead. I guess it's really true now, along with everything else. Great to see you last night, brother. This is the picture I talked about. Ronnie's dressed up like a zombie. This was perfectly possible 3 years ago. If someone came into a bar like that to die, they would get shot, no questions asked. Too many damn diseases and viruses and shit. People actually believe that zombies are coming. Let's talk soon.
What was morbid then would be benevolent now.
Hi bro, remember this guy from our last tour? Sad Charlie, they still got him nailed to war. I done popped a few fools in my day, but I still think this shit is morbid. Semper Fi Alexis. Every year this time, that little scarf and rose flowers, I think it's in remembrance of someone who got gunned down by the MP in the food riots a few years back, but I don't know.
Never build, never stop, never look back.
Sheriff, this is what reminds of our homestead, our hideaway from worlds gone inside. You think it was the MP? No, it was locals. You gotta exploit before they kill us. Post answer here.
I can't remember the innocence of snow. Oh man.
Boys, there are two things to remember about this photo. One, this was during this last snowstorm in Marnie in recorded history. Two, a local gang booby-trapped this innocent looking snowman and this young man became raspberry spray. Don't trust anyone or anything. Dad. Yeah, that's harsh.
Nothing goes to waste. Everything was something.
So, the guy gets these mismatched old teeth from, I guess, mass graves and then makes dentures out of them. They don't let anything go to waste here, not anything. We got a thing or two to learn from these people. Carry. Bridget, good to know that someone in your family is ready for the Tata walk. It's just biblical. In the future, man will lay down with the animals and all will be peace, all will be joy. Yeah. Sure. This is where you would where this is where you go if you want an untraceable AK. Just ask for Sasha. The password would be marshmallows if they haven't changed it since I was there last. If they have, you just back out slowly or they will shoot you. If the password works, tell them Sarge Rubens send you and they will give you a good deal on ammo too, Sarge.
There never were good guys or bad guys.
These wakes are getting too damn common. There's like a shooting or a fucking massacre every week now, and it's not the gangs either. The MPs are doing their fair bit of shooting too, and they've got the big guns. Mario, I'm telling you, we gotta leave you far behind and just get the hell out of Dodge.
Love didn't conquer all after all.
Loving hands, joy and peace be upon you all. Our life with our little Marco will be one of a travel, life going forward, and adventure and dimension life.
Training forces the instinctual need to survive whether you want to or not.
Okay, Trash, find her. She's hiding that horse somewhere on our land. The meat won't be any good if it gets skinny. Watch our rest, though she will kill you 2 times over to protect that beast. Try it in the African bush or something.
Killing with an arrow or a bullet will become second nature soon.
Learning basic survival skills seems a bit silly, I know, but I would rather be safe than sorry. Hopefully the end of the world will not arrive for a while because I can't hit shit right now, other than that time I put an arrow in his cut his knee. Sorry buddy.
Only the living and the dead now. No egos.
Okay, so the shot knocked Pete Run her ass, but she got a kill. So we've elected her to carry a gun. I think it was good for us city peeps to test the wilderness to see what we've made of. The men of course were bummed out of shy wine to the wall time about who should carry the gun. Honestly, they would be the first to go if hell were ever break loose.
Hatred, loneliness, insanity. All familiar friends.
Yeah. My understatement of the century. A mocking remember of a time when there was a temperature other than extreme hot. Global warming sucks. The government sucks, no water sucks, this picture sucks, sorry I'm bored, this photo was in a pile of debris I went through yesterday. It's often I get to write or even talk to people for that matter. Screw having opinions. If you find this picture my name was Bubbles, my name sucks. And so do you for still being alive in this shithole. Bye.
Did it die too? Beauty?
Beauty is life. Beauty is family. Beauty is eternal. As long as there's life on this planet, beauty will follow. I can't imagine it any other way. Feeling good. Abby.
It was happening so fast that no one had time to think it would actually lead to the end.
I made my first snow angel. It's cool, both literally and figuratively. Yes, a word nerd to the watery end. Probably laying on frozen bear turd as well. Well, if bears weren't extinct. The drive past the last thaw line was worth it, but not filled without other adventures, so which I will share with you in person. Still not used to a wall with no interest, but thank goodness for printers and small smalls stay safe us.
Those close. They dropped off one by one until there were none.
Stinky was a good guy. He was a little weak and always complaining about his stomach hurting, but solid and one of our own. Peace out, brothers. Kyo.
I'll find these landmarks. I'll find the loot.
John, wait for me. This is gonna be my last tour, I promise. When I get back, I get back. If I get back, I swear things will be better. I'll laugh at them. Okay, we are here already. Johnson, neighbors got nuts. After the water started receding, they joined some sect. Someone killed. I took the dog and headed to Maria's. Phones are down. Can't reach you. Come quick. Amika. Doug and Jen, we've looked everywhere for you. Figured you would try looking for us here. We can't handle any water riots, not with a 10-month baby. We've headed out of town. You know where to find us. If you do, bring food, love, Jake and Charlie and Adrian. Sherry. Stay away. Don't come around snooping. These blocks belong to Brian's crew. Your family ain't here, or we killed them already. Now get. There's a whole ocean floor for you to live in. Cash only. All machines are down. We do not accept plastic. We have no fresh food, only canned and dry goods. We only trade food for government coupons and cash not accepted. We will not sell you food. We will not allow you entry. Only military personnel allowed. Intruders will be shot. Will. Don't go inside. They killed Dad. They took all supplies. Run, Sandra. Alardina, we lost you in the war riot. We don't know where you are. Hope you see this. We'll try to be here at noon every day. May the good Lord protect us. Ronnie and Jane. You are all swine. You killed all God's people, you'll burn. The ocean is receding because of you. God withdraws his water from you in disgust. Bobby asked Hector to give you this. My family needs to get out of the city. My God, we got an uncle on a farm and all that. Just things are dying up there. Here. Literally, people going crazy and can't risk the kids. You know I love you more than I can say, but I got to go, baby. It's not about life. It's about surviving, Mitch. Milton. To anyone from this justice still coming here, we're thrown out, pigs are coming down hard. We meet our location purple. They may have killed Our Lady, but they will never break our spirit. Justice will be served. Might the waters return. This is still our town. These are still our streets. We, the downtrodden, the trampled, the forsaken, will not stand back. We don't let the goodness of the common man be stamped out by the henchmen of faithless riches. If you want water, just take it. Molly, I know you can't read. I know you will never understand. The soldiers came to pick us up. It all went so fast. No pets, they said. Damn it all to hell. I opened the thread cupboard. I know it's not good for you, but eat and away, my friend. Just eat away. Thank you for your holiday, Sasa. Mom, Dad, if you read this, I want you to know it wasn't your fault. I just can't live with that it did to me. I got no idea if anyone gonna read this. I don't care. This is for me. Things around here are going to shut man, just like I'm small enough to hide it in his trunk. Since Talagang said go ahead and chow down on your fellow man, we're all fucking prey. Especially I suppose a drunken dwarf like me. Because all through hell, I got 15 in the clip and 1 in the chamber. Last one goes in the dome. I don't know. Fuck you all. Next one. We done. No. We don't took this whole place. Nothing left to grab. City empty after big dry. Berserkers really though the boneyard. Next stop shopping mile south. This is like my crazy starve. Either die or come join, bring white stuff. Two parents, militia came, took the kids, cocked kids as plaza, bring cash, top the pigs. I told these people, they pushed me, I pushed them back, I warned them, sorry for the mess, but they were all dead anyway, they just didn't know it. Neighbors. When you read this, we're gone. Between the sickness, the riots, and the water, we're seeing everything's going to hell. So far, as southbound traffic is jammed, there's nothing there's been shootings. The mall is no-go, no guards anywhere. You want to get out, use the bikes, bring plenty ammo for the 12th. Godspeed. Johnny. Dan smoked it all up, nothing but twigs left. Hungry like a motherfucker. No food. Wanna take a swim in the harbor or the damn thing's dry? Get Hunter's place. Catch you one. Okay, this was it. No. No. An attempt of rules for C Street Militia. Jovi got final say. We don't kill chicks in a raid. Either guys or chickens. Bring loot for Jovi. All 10s. Loot to split 60-40. All help buildings. Barricades. Even gun carries. No prisoners. No slave liability. No new blood. Break rules. You get trial. Punishment. Hanged. Excommunicated. Approach at your own risk. If we don't know you, we will shoot. If we are acquainted, we'll yell your business from the driveway, no exceptions. When the riot started, I saw 3 cops drag a girl in the big bushes. She had a dog, German Shepherd. One cop put an eye on it. About 30 people saw and nobody did anything. I saw a guy puking some liquid later. Everybody ran. The sickness is everywhere. The smell of the sun, of the ocean floor is making my gut wrench. We're all gonna die here. Huck man, don't even know how to start. What's happening? Everyone going nuts. Chaos, no rules, no nothing. My boys, they're all lost it. Known these dogs since fucking kindergarten now, man. The MP are swarming in, busting schools. Fuck me, I can't do nothing. I can't riot. I just hide this fun chaos fucking bottom of the sees things like MF. Everybody got some fear or other, holy fuck. Linda's gone. Never thought I would care about her. She's dead, man. Dead. Yeah, bro. Told you this fridge was gonna run out. I bet you thought there was no reason to get a job and start your way. Hope you didn't mind. I tell you where I stand. I don't want you unemployed ass around like I've been saying for the last 4 years. You better, by the way. I've left town because the temperature is unbearable and everything is going straight to hell. Glad to not have to drag your story as along. Have fun with them and peace. Piglet, if this makes it back, it's a freaking fluke, but I gotta try it. My only chance to let you know my feelings if I don't come back. I love you, I loved you since the 7th grade, I adore you, I worship you. Censor all you want, you Secret Service assholes. I love you, Piglet, and if I make it back I will find a way to make it illegal if you will still have me, Robin. Robin, Rabbit, and Piglet. We need water. Please help us, please. The heat has already killed our youngest. Help us, please. Jared, Black, Renzel, Stevie. Ronell, Stevie.
All that water seems wasteful now.
I think this might be you and his pig sister. Oh wait. I think we are beginning again. Yeah. Okay. We've done that. Then hood ornaments. The bike, death ram, death twins. The laurel, masks of the pines, plug halo, helmet beasts, rabbit baby, desert school, sly one, Talon, demon doll, teddy, rockman brawler. Okay, that's cool. Pentacle culprit bike. Okay. Last but not least, the caps. Blood Ridge. Pipes. Hollow Point. Ironclad. Gupstone. Rustbird. Storm Shelter. Bloody Beach. Black Sands. Wrecked Hill. The Dressers. The Dredges. Sand Sifter. Large Blade. Finger Peak. Bones Crack. The Edge. Great Watcher. Well, okay. Rock Nest. Overlook. Jugular Canyon. Black Calf. Scorched Sand. Gasworks. Proving Grains. Undertow. Havoc Point. Skull Top. Old House. Stonehold. Grave Bridge. Wheel Greaser. The Choke. Hell's Grill. Dead End. Twin Sisters. The Drop. Tarn Slash. Blood Ridge. The Pipes. Hollow Point. Ironclad. Gupstone. Rustbird. Storm Shelter. Blood Beach. Black Sand. Wrecked Hill. The Dredges. Wow, quite a lot. Sand Sifter. Large Blade. Finger Peak. Bone Crack. The Edge. Great Watcher. Rocket Nest. Overlook. Jugular Canyon. Black Calf. Scotch Sand. Yeah, we are here already through. Actually, that's it. Oh yeah, okay. So, yeah, it was a rather long episode, but I have read everything from the bias. Oh, Scrotus enemies. Roadkill enemies. Okay, roadkill is something else than buzzard. There's the locations. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. But good. I'm gonna do a little cut, and then we can continue for Scrotus enemies. Alright? Have a nice day, and see you in a second.